All right, guys. Very quick story time. I did a vlog today when I got outside the doctor's. Now, in the vlog, I was going to tell this story, but the vlog was more on a serious note, so I figured I'd save the story for later. But yes, this is going to be my story time video for today, going to the doctor's, as well as kind of a rant about going to the doctor's in general, because it's always been the same experience my entire life. Now, before I start the video and the story, I will say that for the first time in life, I got a doctor that I like. And what I like about this doctor is, first of all, when he finally came in the room, he apologized to me that it was taking a long time. Awesome. That's never happened before. It's always like you're expected to just sit there forever. All right, so cool. A plus on that. Second thing is he's a very straight shooter. No beating around the bush. It's just like here's how it is. And he's very smart, as most doctors are, but he was just very intelligent, which I liked. It gave me a bit of confidence in his opinions, okay, which is cool. Indian guy. A lot of doctors are Indians, I suppose. I don't know, maybe they have a better work ethic. That's why you see so many doctors out there. So can't fault them for that. Some people would make fun of it, like, why are all Indians doctors? Well, they're doing something right. They're making a lot of money and they're smart people. So I can't make a joke about it because hey, I'd love to be a doctor if I can do so. But anyway, yeah, but nice Indian guy, younger, probably early 30s, real smart, real nice personality. So I have nothing against my doctor. However, I'll tell you about my story today, and this is pretty much my experience at the doctor's office most of my life thus far. Okay, so here's how it starts off. I rode my bike to the doctor's office. All right, so now because I don't have a car, and my friends who would be able to give me rides, they just had other things going on, so I couldn't get a ride. So I'm like, oh crap! All right, I have to ride my bicycle. Not a huge deal, but I had to leave like an hour beforehand because it's that far from my house. So, and I didn't want to be late. So I left an hour beforehand, and I was worried I was going to be late the whole time. So I'm like boogieing on my bike. I mean, I'm really pedaling like crazy. Where I live, everything's up and down hills. So I'm coasting 50 miles an hour down a hill, and then I'm like just sweating my butt off trying to, pedal up a hill. Nothing's flat. So I'm working my butt off because I'm thinking, oh man, I'm going to be late, and they're not going to be able to take me, and I rode out here for nothing, and blah, blah, blah. So I finally get there. I get there about 25 minutes early. So my appointment's for 1 o'clock. Okay, I had the day off of work, just go to the doctor. It's all I had to do all day today. So anyway, I leave early. I get there really early, just way too early, like 25 minutes. So I'm sitting in the waiting room. All right, I go up. I have new health insurance now. I didn't have any health insurance before. Now I have it. Yay for me. Finally have insurance. Don't have dental, which I need, but I have health. So at least it's a step in the right direction. So I have my card. I got to do all the new paperwork now. I give it to the girl. And she's like, all right, well, we've been trying to call you. I'm like, oh, I don't have a house phone, blah, blah, blah. Oh, we were going to change your appointment. I'm thinking, please tell me I did not just rush here for nothing. No, 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 no. You can keep your appointment. We just want to call and see if you can blah, blah, blah. All right, well, I'm here now. So let's just do this thing. So she's like, all right, go ahead. Why don't you have a seat? First of all, let me stop for a second. Because I'm a new patient, technically, because I have this insurance now, I've seen this doctor once before, about 6 months ago, and they got all my information. Because now I've given them health insurance information, she has to go through a series of questions, okay? And these questions are so, like, I understand the point of the questions, but some of them should be obvious. And I'm trying to have fun with her. I'm a whimsical person, and she's just like, dead face. Okay? So the first question is, are you a legal citizen of the United States of America? I said, yeah. And like right off the start here, she kind of has a feel like I'm going to be sarcastic with these questions. Next question. Are you an illegal immigrant? Even though she just asked me if I'm a legal citizen. And very next question, are you an illegal immigrant? So I look at her and I say, capable? She goes, dead face. She says, sir, that's not very funny. It's not very funny. Just like that. I'm like, no, I'm like, all right, fine, clean my act up. No, I'm, a citizen here. I didn't jump over from Mexico, blah, blah, blah. And the series of questions get more and more stupid. And I'm trying to be sarcastic with some of them, just kind of lighten the room a little bit. It's so just like, so, and there's this girl behind her at another desk, and she's probably like in her very early 20s. And I can hear her cracking up. She's trying to keep it quiet. You could tell like the woman who I'm talking to up front is like the lady in the office no one likes. It's like, oh, Linda, no one likes Linda, kind of a thing. She's just stubborn and just so emotionless and just yes, no, next. Anyway, so I finally get past this woman. I'm like, all right, thanks. Got all my information. I go to sit down. I'm watching the clock. I'm waiting, tapping my toes. Like I could be very patient, but I don't like sitting in doctor's office. One guy comes in. He must have been like 600 pounds. He's coughing up a storm. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this guy's gonna get me sick. I came here just for a normal physical to talk to the doctor about some stuff, just some questions I had, and I'm gonna end up getting sick because I'm going to the doctor. How counterproductive is that? I'm totally fine, and now I'm going to get sick at the doctor's office. This guy's, it sounds like, I mean, if you didn't physically see him, it sounds as if there were chunks of lung landing on the table the way he's coughing. And it's just this real gurgly, wet, it was disgusting. So and he's probably like 20 feet away from me on the other side of the room, but I'm still like trying to like cover my mouth and nose. Every 2 seconds I went up and I used the Germex thing they have on the counter there for your hands. I'm just eyeballing this guy like, don't you dare come over my way, start coughing up lung over here. So anyway, then some other lady comes in. She comes in with like a limp, and she completely just lost it at the doorway. Older woman. So I'm like, oh my God. I get up and I'm helping her up. And then Mr. Coffee starts coming over my way, and I'm like, I got it, man, because I don't want him close to me coughing on me. I got it, man. Thanks anyway. Help her up. I look at the clock. It's now 1:15. Okay, so I got there 20 minutes early, 25 minutes early, somewhere around there. And now it's 15 minutes after my appointment. So I'm thinking, what the heck, man? I just want to get in, get out. I got stuff I got to do. Got to get home. Got a long bike ride. It's cold. Finally, the nurse opens the door. That same squeaky door. You know it. Every office has it. By the way, some other woman at some point walked in and she tried to walk, she went in the main door and the office tried to walk right into the doctor's office and it was locked. And then she got really mad about it. She's like, why do you guys lock the door? Why? That's so stupid. Why do you lock the door? She's like, well, sometimes there's crazy people. Who knows if someone wants to run in here with a gun and go shoot the doctor because they found out they had cancer or something, And then she, oh, okay. And I started thinking about it. And the way this place is set up, they have 2 low windows, service windows. So, I mean, you can lock that door up like a bank vault. All you got to do is crawl in one of these windows if you really want to get in the office. Totally stupid, but anyway, it's nothing to do with this story. Just something I observed. That's what I do. I observe things. Anyway, door opens. Nurse, clears her throat. Jeffrey Smith. Me, that's me. Yay, I'm all excited. Grab my backpack because I have all my crap in there. I didn't want to leave it out there. So we go in. And this woman's very friendly, very open. Ha 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 ha. How you doing today? Blah, blah, blah. So first thing I have to do is they have to weigh you and take your blood pressure, right? So I go to get in the scale and I'm like, can I take my shoes off? I want to cheat a little bit. I don't want to be, extra heavy today. Like just joking around. She's like, oh, you can get naked if you want. I'm like, oh no, I'm good. I just want to take my shoes off. So, oh no, you can get naked. People get naked sometimes and we'll give you a paper, bro. She really was into it. Thanks anyway. Just want to take my shoes off. That's all. So I took my shoes off. They weighed me and everything. Then I took my blood pressure. This woman was very touchy-feely. Okay. I don't want to get into that. But anyway, so I get into the office. And so I'm sitting, and she's like, all right, doctor will be right with you. That's what they always say. Doctor will be right with you, right? Here's your robe. Go ahead, just get down your underwear and put the robe on. Make sure that the opening's in the back. And I'm like, you really have people keep it open in the front? She goes, you would have no idea. So I'm like, all right, whatever. All right, doctor, be right with you. Famous last words. She leaves immediately because I'm fearful that the doctor's going to walk in as I'm taking my pants off or something, like a real awkward moment, So I rush as fast as I can, whip the shirt off, take the pants off, try to get the robe on. Don't know what I'm doing with the ribbons hanging, I'm flipping around. It's like, whew, I got it, because I have that little anxiety attack that someone's going to walk in as I'm changing, Are they going to give me ample time to change? I'm kind of rushed. And then I love when the doctors come in too. They give you a knock. Are you okay? I'm coming in. But as they're coming in, the door's opening, they're knocking on it. What if I was, completely naked, bent over, doing a handstand or something, playing with apples? What kind of warning is that? Anyway, So like I really quickly get ready. I'm sitting in my underwear. It's cold. It's usually cold in there. Okay. Sitting on the metal fringe on the edge of the thing with my feet. I'm not a short guy, but my feet are barely touching, so they're kind of swinging like a little kid, like yay. And so I'm sitting there, and I start to wait. Minute goes by, 5 minutes goes by, 10 minutes goes by, 15 minutes goes by. Why is it that every time you go to the doctor, you sit in there forever? You know what I envision when I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs? And I really want to go through the drawers and look and see what he's got in there, but I don't want to get caught. So, like, everyone has that feeling. Some of you actually do it. That's weird. Don't do that. You could think it. Don't do it. But yeah, I want to go see, like, what do you got? Syringes in here, cotton swabs. You got that little knee thing, you know, the little rubber mallet, little tomahawk thing. But I don't want to touch it because I know the second I go over there, he's going to walk in. He's give me that quick little knock knock and, hey, what are you doing in my drawers? And then kick me out. So I'm just looking at the drawers. I'm not touching anything. Looking around the room, reading the stupid things they have. You know, don't forget to check your feet. Oh, okay, yeah. Looking at the stupid literature. And I'm sitting there and waiting forever. And you know what I envision when I'm in the doctor's office and it's taking 10, 15, 20 minutes? I'm envisioning them talking to someone, looking at their ailments, and then going to their office and going like on Google and searching and seeing what the heck they just saw, and then coming back and giving like an expert opinion, like, yes, your tibia are phenomenal. It's definitely skewed off about 12 degrees. But like I'm envisioning that they just looked that up on Google, like I can do that at home. I don't know why. That's just, it's so ridiculous. Obviously, these doctors are like real doctors and stuff, but that's what I always envisioned and had a good little laugh to myself. Like they don't know what's going on, or like they go in their office and they call another doctor and they go, "Holy crap, Bob! You'll never guess what I just saw," you know. But anyway, so I'm sitting there and it feels like forever. So I kind of jump off very quickly because now my little rear end is exposed and my thing that won't shut all the way. So I grab my phone out of my backpack real quick to see what time it is. I'm like, holy crap, I've been sitting here for 28 minutes. 28 minutes is a long time when you're in that doctor's office. You feel like a little kid, like you're waiting for your parent to like tell you it's okay to get out of the chair. Like you're real antsy and you want to just get stuff done or you want to go play with something. You can't. You have to do, hey, you better sit there, sit in that chair. That's what I feel like. I'm up on that little desk, got cold butt cheeks. I'm sitting in my underwear, stupid little ribbon robe, looking around and just waiting. And I feel so like, I don't know. It was so belittling. It's a weird experience. I'm sitting there and I should probably just keep to myself, but you know, I'm open with you guys. A little ball itch, all right? We have it. You know, if you got balls, sometimes they itch. So I pull up the little paper skirt deal they give you, you know, robe. And I pull my boxers to the side and just go an inch. The second I go to just, you know, take care of business, it's not a gross thing, just taking care of business. The second I do that, that very moment, after I've been sitting there perfect like a statue for almost a half an hour, I got a little ball itch. Let's get that done real quick. The second I go in there, the door whips open. It's touchy-feely nurse. Oh, I'm sorry, it's taking so. Ooh, what are you doing? Like just like that. What are you doing? Like I'm in there playing with myself or something. This is the most ridiculous thing. I'm like, the doctor ready? I'm ready to see the doctor now. It's been kind of a long time. I'm trying to be polite about it. And she goes, he'll be right in. Again, the same exact way she told me half an hour ago. Then she shuts the door. And I'm thinking, oh my God, that's like, I'm literally like a statue the entire time. And it's always that horrible timing. Anyway, then you get the quick little knock as the doctor's opening. Oh, how you doing? How you doing? You know, shakes my hand. How you been? Blah, blah, blah. We go through the whole rigmarole. Turns out I'm okay and everything. But I have to say, my doctor this time said, I apologize I was taking so long, you know, please accept my apologies. He's very apologetic, and I thought that was awesome. I've never in my life had a doctor actually admit that. Most of the time, it's like, you know, like you're wasting their time. I've had experiences like that with doctors. Not to say all doctors are like that, but, you know, it's like kind of like with cops. Like I've had bad experience with cops. Doesn't mean there's always bad cops. But with doctors, it's always been like, yeah, what do you need, peasant? You know, I have to spend my time. I went to school for 50 years, and now I got to come in and look at your little scratched knee. What am I doing here? Why are you wasting my time? Like, I always feel like it's precious time. I'm paying, you know. I have health care, but I'm still paying my copay is $25. I pay $25 to have someone come in and go, what do you want? You know, like it's rushed. This doctor is very cool. He was very into making sure I was A-okay. Any questions? He was really nice. I really appreciated that. It's the first time in my life I've actually had that experience. Most of the time, it was very much like, come on, man, you're wasting my time. Unless you got some kind of like rare disease, I can get a trophy for fixing. Get out of here, buddy. Go. I don't know why all of a sudden he was like a New Yorker. Hey, buddy, hit the bricks, yo. Anyway, not that all New Yorkers sound like that either. Yeah, so that's my experience today at the doctor's office. And every day for me seems like it's an adventure, but you know what? Every day, everyone has something that happens to them. It's just a matter of how you put across that experience. I have a gift for gab, and people like these storytime videos. I'm just telling you stories. These are all very much true. It's just how I'm presenting them to you may be entertaining. I think life is funny. Life is definitely just funny. It's a matter of how you see it. I told you that very whimsical story, which is all true, but this is how I see it. I very, kind of a funny way of seeing life. If someone else would have told that story, like, oh, I went to the doctor and, oh, it's so rude. I was in there for, half an hour and they finally saw me. That'd be the end of the story. I like detail. Because all these things collectively enhance the actual experience. Noticing how the woman at the front desk was very frigid and just kind of emotionless and just didn't think that my sarcasm was whimsical enough for her, and then beyond that, picturing her as being that person in the office that no one likes. It's just that life is funny. All these little things in our life, it's just crazy. You got to enjoy it. You got to laugh. Seriously, life is so nuts. You have to either cry or laugh, and it's always better to cry. So I thought I'd share my adventurous story today. Yes, a half an hour. You could have painted a portrait of me by then. I felt like some kind of a model sitting there. And then just little tiny ball itch. That's all it took. And just that very, very split second, I just dip in. Hey, what are you doing? Leave me alone, lady. Anyway, that's all. Thanks for watching. As always, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.